feel like we live in a time when everything is immediate and quick and convenient and easy with a click of a button or a mouse. And so to receive a handmade gift from someone is something really special. And when I receive something that's been handcrafted, it really just makes me melt, knowing that they thought of me and they didn't let that thought just pass, but they held on to it, and then they dreamt something up for me, thought, what can I make her? And this is what I want to do. And then they carried it out and gave life to it.
I've been given a lot of handmade gifts over the years. Mom gives me something handmade every year, whether it's for my birthday or for Christmas, and we were talking earlier about Valentine's Day, and it's usually something embroidered. I've gotten handmade gifts from my aunt for Christmas for many, many years, and I like to receive those because I know that that person made that special for me and put that thought into it. And in return, then I like to give handmade gifts to people who know what kind of work I do and know that I put a lot of effort into that, specifically making that handmade item for them, and that they were in my thoughts when I made that project.
My friends like when I give them cards. I think it's really special. They always keep them.
I think people are happy because you get to see the finished product. You can always buy a gift, but something homemade, it's truly from yourself. It expresses yourself. I give Emma a lot of little, even just little notes and cards that might have a little squiggle on there, or a little heart, or even just something every day, so she thinks of me during the day as well. A lot of times you can display your gifts that you create and think of that person all the time.
It's very nice how she does those notes for lunch. I feel really good.
She told me that her friends like to look at it and read it too. And sometimes they try to open her lunchbox before she gets to it.
When I was little, my sister would write me letters from college, and I've still saved those letters, and they're meaningful for me because looking back on them, knowing that she had a very busy schedule as a college student, and I was very young, and she could have easily just waited to fill me in on all of her college adventures on Thanksgiving or Christmas break. Instead, she took the time to write them, and not only did she take the time to write them, but she knew her audience. As I think I was in 3rd and 4th grade at the time, she would write my name in fun colors and fonts, and she made them very interesting to look at and to read, and she decorated the envelopes. So those were gifts in and of themselves because she would add her handmade touch to them.
I enjoy making handmade gifts for family and friends, and particularly at times when they become more sentimental, when we take items that are family. I did some beaded buttons, and I took some family buttons of grandmothers and mothers and have been deceased, and then used those to make brooches for family members, and those of course were very special to everybody who has one. And I used mason jar covers from Terry's mother, who is deceased, and made pin cushions for friends and family, and they were very special and sentimental to everybody who got them. So that's fun when we do that. And of course I always enjoy getting handmade items from people, knowing what it takes, the creative part of it, and the time and the effort that it takes into them, and to look at them periodically and see them surrounded by the handmade items that you have. It just gives you such a good feeling and reminds you of your friendships and your relationships that you have in life.
Just a few of my most treasured handmade gifts, I would say, are the scrapbook album that my mom made for me, of course, with all of my pictures from growing up, and the stories told from her perspective with her. She has a great writing style, and I love the way she embellishes the pages, and she thoughtfully creates her own embellishments, and I know that those things came from her mind, and I love seeing those as I turn the pages of the album. And then she's also made for me a recipe book. She made one for myself and for each of my sisters. All of the recipes that we grew up tasting and enjoying, that are family favorites. And so this is really special to me. She's not only given me the recipes, but the source for the recipes, which were family, friends, or people in our lives that we have fond memories of, that we don't necessarily still see on a regular basis. But just having their names printed in those recipe books, it's really special to us. Making a handmade gift for someone it's just really fun. There's this thoughtfulness and part of yourself that you get to share with the other person, and then there's of course the result of just having made something and the gratification from having that creative process yourself. So you get the enjoyment of creating, and they have this beautiful thing in the end that is representative of your thoughts for them. See the projects that coordinate with this week's theme of giving for connecting with creativity by hovering over classes and events at www.2peasinabucket.com and clicking on events. Thanks for watching.